Today, on Be Something Wonderful, create like God, how infinity manifests everything. I am your host, Tom Kieran, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. I heard from one of our subscribers who's also a coach and manifestation teacher, and this person watched one of my videos, and it's the video where I talk about alignment of heart and mind. I talk about the mirror principles. I talk about moving different scripts. I talk about reality creation as a whole. And in it, I gave an example that when this package where my flip chart was delayed, and that it wasn't coming, and that I started to doubt whether it was going to come, right? And then I let go of that doubt, and I said it had to come because I felt good. And then this subscriber said, you know, that this is incorrect, that feeling good doesn't create reality. And you know what, in this idea of rampaging of positive thoughts and feeling good doesn't work. It has nothing to do with it, because I manifest all the time when I feel crappy or when I feel bad, and it's instant. And so, and then they went on to talk about, and even, you know, Neville Goddard is wrong, and all of this, right? And here's what I want to say, that you're right, but so isn't everybody else. Neville Goddard's right, Eckhart Tolle's right, Abraham Hicks is right? Infinity excludes nothing and no one, so you're right. Feelings are, this is what the subscriber said, feelings don't manifest, they come after. For instance, when I was feeling bad, I still manifested instantly. You're right, the feelings come after, but they also, so they are effects, but they're also cause. They're cause and effect. How could it be any other way? You're infinity. Everything's included through you. It comes through your consciousness, right? So how can rampages of feeling good not create, right? And when you're feeling crappy, it doesn't mean, remember, you only ever feel what you're thinking. So you could be thinking something that makes you feel crappy, but that doesn't mean you don't believe that the thing you manifested wasn't yours. It has nothing to do with that, right? We're not talking about that, right? Belief is belief. So you can still feel crappy and believe and assume that you have something and manifest it. So that's what you're talking about. But on the other hand, feelings also create, and so don't assumptions, and so don't beliefs, and so don't emotions, right? Emotions create in reality, and then reality creates more emotions, because you look at reality and you feel something towards it. And then you feel something and you create reality. You're thinking of infinity as either or. You're looking through that limited lens of 3D. This is you looking at infinity and saying, oh, but feelings don't create reality. You're looking at one small aspect of this total infinity and trying to fit it through that lens. Do you get it? Right? And I think you said that I'm mixing a lot of ideas and teaching methods. Well, that is infinity. Infinity excludes nothing, right? If you want to parcel out infinity, you're going to remain looking at the 3D world through that little dot. But who you really are is infinity. So it includes everything. Nobody's wrong. It's not about right and wrong. All you, and as well as all the other coaches on YouTube, have something unique to share to the world. And you're right, but so isn't everybody else is right. Right? Neville Goddard, Eckhart Tolle, Abraham Hicks, Tony Robbins, Wayne Dyer, Dr. Joe Dispenza, all of them are right. All of them have a unique look at this because it's infinity, right? Infinity is always and it's inclusive. It's never either or. Infinity is not exclusive. It doesn't exclude things, right? So as you look through that lens, you're trying to say, no, but feelings have nothing to do with it. Feelings are just effects. Feelings are cause and effects. Feelings are thoughts, but thoughts are also feelings, right? You're only ever feeling what you're thinking, right? So it's what you believe. If for instance, if someone says rabbit's foot, if you hold on to a rabbit's foot, you're going to have good luck and create good things in your life. That's true for you. If you believe it, if that's your assumption, it all fits. If you believe crystals give you good energy and that good things can come from the right crystals, that's true for you. Everything's right, guys. I don't exclude anything, right? It all fits. All viewpoints are valid. All teachings are valid. Feeling good is both cause and effect. You are right and so isn't everybody else. You're seeing through the limited lens of feeling good has nothing to do with reality creation, right? Or affirming that I am feeling good or that I am successful has nothing to do with reality creation. It does. Sometimes it creates what you want. Sometimes it creates the unwanted, but you're always creating. You're a reality generator, right? You're creating realities in this moment and now from that lake. So you took one part of what I said, that I feel good, there must be no other way, and then look through that lens of limiting belief that Abraham Hicks talks about rampages and Neville Goddard's not right and that feelings have nothing to do with it. And then and out of a video that's 25 minutes long that covers all aspects, all nuances, you just came with a generalization. You're looking at through the dot of 3D reality when really you could just look through infinity. Isn't that powerful? That's powerful. So let's hit this a little bit more. This is perfect. This is a perfect segue into really what I wanted to hit, and you provided the great platform and launching point for this discussion today, and I want to thank you for that. And remember, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that everybody's right. Right? Your coaching is going to provide someone's going to be looking for that answer. And you're going to help them. But so isn't everybody else, right? There's nothing more important than your relationship, hear this, than your relationship between you, the 3D you, and you, the capital Y, your higher self, God, infinite intelligence, and all that is. Everything else is just theater. It's the drama and trauma and pain and pleasure of the 3D world. But your relationship to your higher self is where everything gets created. And sometimes you're creating what you don't want, and sometimes you're creating what you want. Sometimes you're creating unconsciously, sometimes you're creating consciously, but you're always creating. What do I mean by that? You're always experiencing some part of all that is. That's what reality creation is. That's what manifesting is in a broader sense. It's perceiving some aspect of all that is, right? You're seeing some aspect of your evolution. And you're having the experience of creating. That's the bigger picture. Remember, God just is. All that is. Infinity is. Everything else is an expansion or aspect of that divine whole. Everything else is just an aspect of it, right? Remember, infinity is unmoving. It's unchanging. It's absolute and eternal. It excludes nothing. Where would you put it? It's infinity, right? Everything else changes is temporary. Right? All those limited views. The dot is temporary. Infinite intelligence is everything. It includes everything and nothing. But even that, you're dividing it. Because nothing is something. So really, infinity is just everything. Period. It just is. It's God or infinity. Do you hear this? Right? There's no dividing it. So God, infinity, infinite intelligence, the quantum field, only creates or reasons deductively. Hear this, because what we do in 3, and it's not just you, we all do this as participants and also as creators, participants and creators, right? You're participating in your own reality that you're creating. Hear this, you're the observer and the participant. You're the actor and you're the movie. So remember, you're participating in your own creations. As participants, we reason inductively that if I can manifest this, or I feel this, or I don't feel this, or I assume this, or I believe this, I can get this. God only reasons or creates deductively. I am God, therefore I'm everything. Therefore, whatever I desire is mine. Do you hear the difference? Right? Now you're taking the perspective of the whole as opposed to the little dot. Right? God goes from the whole of infinity to an aspect, a part of that whole, to experiencing to a part of that whole, to experiencing a part of that 3D reality. There's no doubts, there's no fear, there's no possibility of non-fulfillment for God or infinity. It just is. But we take the viewpoint of the dot and we look at infinity. And so that's where doubts, fears, and the possibility of non-fulfillment come up, right? God never desires or resists, but we do, right? God decides what part of the whole of infinity it chooses to experience or focus on in every moment. It's an intention, a decision, a choice. Hear the difference between a desire and a choice. A choice is a decision. A choice moves you to it immediately. A desire puts you in wanting, desiring, longing, and needing. It's God's nature to become or to have instantly what it chooses, period. That's deductive. And there's no questioning of it. There's nothing excluded. There's nothing denied. There's nothing rejected. When God includes all, but when we think inductively, we start analyzing and parsing reality up and saying, well, this isn't true, but this is true, or this doesn't work, or that doesn't work. This is good, or this is bad, right? And we start rejecting parts of infinity, right? This is big, guys, today. This is a big message. The 3D you creates or reasons inductively from that tiny aspect, that tiny dot, just like, and again, we all do it. I'm not just saying this subscriber who's a coach does it. We all do it. We all reason from this tiny dot, because that's what we're focused on. That's what we see every day. But when you focus on that, you're desiring, you're needing, you're wanting, you're doubting, you're fearing, you feel lack, right? Because you're looking at the infinity as a whole and thinking, I need to get something from that, when actually you are that. You are this, right? But you're focused on that little dot there, right? You're either desiring, needing, or wanting, or you're resisting, avoiding, and rejecting. Hear this. You're either desiring, needing, and wanting, which pushes things away from you, or you're resisting, avoiding, and rejecting, which brings unwanted things to you. Do you see what's happening? That's why you always hear someone, I always get what I don't want. It never works out. That's why, right? None of that is choosing. Choosing is a decision to have it and be it. Because if you desire it, need it, want it, you can't have it because you're going to start doubting and fear and feel lack and the possibility of non-fulfillment. Or if you're resisting the unwanted or avoiding it, rejected, you're giving it reality. You're believing in it. When you reject something, when you resist something, when you don't want something, that means you believe it as a reality. Hear this. You assume it's a solid reality, and then it follows you around. You can't get rid of it. Right? But on the other hand, when you desire something and need something and want something, you can never reach it. You can never catch up to it. Do you hear this, guys? None of that is choosing. Choosing is a decision to have it and be it. Choosing is not desiring. Choosing is not resisting. Right? When you desire something, you are implying lack or implying all that is lacking. Hear that? All that is, God is lacking somehow. Right? That's separation. That's exclusion. When you resist something, you're implying that it's real, it's important, it's part of you and your reality. Do you hear the nuances here? Desire implies that you don't have it, that's lack, that all there is lacking. When you resist something, you're implying it's real, it's important, so it's part of your reality. So it gets included in your reality because everything is inclusion, right? Right? So that's powerful, right? So you're implying lack here, so that's all you can see is lack. Here you're implying it's important to you that unwanted thing, so you include that in your reality. It's always inclusive. So it's always going to include either your lack or your feeling that you can't have it, or the feeling that you don't want something, you're going to have it. That's what we're talking about here. None of it is choosing. You're either desiring, needing, or wanting, or resisting, avoiding, and rejecting. Right? So let's hit this a little bit more. By thinking you are this dot, a tiny aspect of all that is, you're always desiring or resisting parts of reality versus intending and choosing. Hear this. So powerful. So big. Right? So when you think you're that dot, you're always desiring something because you think you're the dot. You think you lack something. You don't think you're all this, that is already within you. Or you're resisting something. You're looking at things you don't want and trying to push those away. You're focused on a tiny aspect of who you are that it all fits, right? Desire, want, need creates lack and separates you from what you want. You only see that dot. Your focus is not on having, right? Resisting, avoiding, rejecting creates the reality of the unwanted and draws it towards you. Do you see that? It includes everything, right? That's why you don't get you get what you don't want rather than what you want, right? You focus on having, but you want to get rid of it. So here, you focus on having it, that you have it, but now you want to get rid of it. Do you see it? In neither case can you get what you truly want because you're not choosing, right? You're either in a state of lack or you're in a state that you want to get rid of something that you have. Either way, you're looking through that tiny dot, right? Just like that subscriber was writing, you're looking through that tiny dot. You're saying, this is not correct. I don't view this as correct. I don't think feeling has anything to do with anything, right? And so you're limiting infinity where infinity can't be limited, right? So you have freedom of choice. It's God-given. God gave you freedom of choice to create your own reality. That's your freedom. It's your ultimate freedom, right? And you are always making a choice, even when you're not choosing. So not choosing is a choice. So you're either choosing or not choosing, but either way, it's a choice because you're choosing something when you're not choosing. Right? You're not choosing that unwanted reality, but you're choosing it anyway. It's a choice because you're trying to push it away, right? When you're unaware and when you're unconscious, you're always desiring or resisting, right? You're always craving or rejecting, right? When you're aware and you're conscious, it's about intending and choosing, right? Remember, Abraham Hicks and all the great spiritual teachers talk about that it's really the other end of the stick. On one end of the stick is your desiring and an attachment to what you want, right? You're so attached, I need it, I gotta have it. Or you're resisting something, you're averse to it. I don't want that. I want it out of reality. I want it out of infinity. Either way, you're always at either end. You want to be relaxed somewhere here, right? Where you're not rejecting, but you're not overly desiring either. You're just choosing what you want. And that's where all your power is, right? Strongly desiring one thing, I need it, implies resisting something else. Do you hear this? Strongly desiring one thing implies that you're resisting something else. Having an aversion to something implies a strong desiring or attachment to what you want. Do you get this, guys? This is big today. Instead, loosen your grip on the stick or reality. Loosen your grip. Let the death grip go of reality. Right? Relax into it. Relax your things, that the wants and the not wanted. Right? Relax that and instead choose to have it. Make the definite choice, the willingness, the intention to have it and be it. That's the difference. So do this instead. Create deductively like infinity. Create deductively like God. Know that you're God. And therefore, if you're God and God is everything and God can have anything, then so can you. What's true of God is true of you. Right? You are created in God's nature, in His name. That's what they say. Nature means name. So that's what we're talking about. Choose what part of all that is you want to experience. Right? It's not strong desiring or desire. Strong, that's an aspect. So that aspect of infinity, choose to focus on your desired reality. Don't have strong desiring. Instead, choose to focus on your desired reality. Have an intention to be and have. It's not desire, it's decision. It's not strong desiring, it's choosing to focus on what part of reality you want to focus on. That's what God does. God does that through us. To feel like it, what does it feel to be all that is, or the supreme being? You don't know until you know what you're not. And that's what you're doing here. It's not resisting, it's not rejecting. Choose to stop focusing on your undesired reality, also an aspect of infinity. So stop the strong desiring. It's not about desire, it's about decision. It's not about resisting or rejecting. It's choose to stop, it's a choice. What's the choice? To stop focusing on what you don't want, your undesired reality, or also an aspect of infinity that you don't choose. Right? Loosen your grip in the world, lower the resistance, enjoy the game, relax the inner intention, the 3D will of wanting and not wanting. Love what is, and then choose what's next to create in your relationship with the world. Do you hear this, guys? Loosen your grip, lower the importance, relax, have fun, enjoy the game of life, relax the inner importance, the 3D wheel of wanting and not wanting, from craving and resisting, right? Love what is and then choose what's next. Create your relationship with the world. Create your relationship with God or all that is, or with infinity, or in other words, create your relationship with your higher self, your inner being. It's the only relationship that matters, because when you take care of that relationship, every other relationship in your 3D world falls in line. That's big. That's how to create like God. That's how infinity manifests. I am your host, Tom Karen. This is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, like and share our videos. That's how we get our message out. Follow us on Facebook at Be Something Wonderful, on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Karen, our website at tomkaren.com or besomethingwonderful.com, or write me anytime at info@besomethingwonderful.com. I promise I'll catch up on my emails and get back to you. Guys, share the videos. Share the channel with your friends, your families. Share it on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on your social media. That's how we grow. That's how we get this message out to the world. With great love and great light. See you next time.